Welcome everyone to Calvin George Fisher Field in Medfield, Massachusetts on Friday, October 22nd for Sport View's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2021. It's found only on HCAT TV. This evening, the Panthers face the Medfield Warriors. My name is Carlos Canto, and alongside me is my co-host, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, Holliston wants a do-over after last week's loss. What do you expect to see from the Panthers against the Warriors tonight?
Well, this is going to be a tough game for both teams because both teams really want this game. One team, Holliston's over here 1-5. Medfield's over there 0-6. Holliston, this is kind of an important game because if they want to make the playoffs, you cannot qualify for the playoffs unless you had 3 wins. So they have to win the next 2 games and have some other stuff happen mathematically. Medfield is totally eliminated. So as an advantage to Medfield, it's like, okay, we can let it go. We don't care what we do, and we'll just open up the whole playbook. For Holliston, they're saying, well, we really need this win, and we're going to go at it. Now, both these teams are looking at the other team's record and saying, okay, now we get someone we can play with. Now we get someone we can beat. That's a major mistake if those two teams are either one of those two teams are looking at it that way. This is going to have to be a really tough game, and it's going to have to be played very, very clean. Very few penalties, very few turnovers, if any. And if Holliston can do that, I think they have the talent to come out of here with a win.
Yeah, these are, Jay, as you said, 2 teams that are desperately in need of a win. Coming in here, combining for 1 win between the 2 of them. Holliston with a record of 1-5. Coming in with led by head coach Todd Kiley in his 19th year with a record of 152 wins, 52 losses. Going up against head coach Eric Ornberg of the Medfield Warriors. He's in his 11th year here at Medfield with a record of 48 wins and 63 losses. These teams last met during fall 2 back in the spring. Holliston coming away with a 35-7 victory, and they ended up rushing for 376 yards. And we'll pause just a bit for the national anthem. It's an absolutely beautiful evening for football. Kind of caps off a week, Jay, where I can't remember the last time it's been this nice in this late into October.
Oh, it's just been sensational. You know what? I hope it goes for another couple of weeks, although I doubt it. But we've been blessed with good weather, and I think tonight, we're going to be blessed with a good game. I mean, these are 2 teams that both of them, as I said earlier, they both want this win badly. And Holliston, if you've been playing against Holliston all these years and, losing a lot, Medway's looking at the record and they're saying, oh, we can, this is a chance for us to come back and beat Holliston and take care of them. One of the things that we talk about no penalties and no turnovers. The other thing that can really, really help these teams is the best tackling team. And I've talked about this in a couple games, and this has nothing to do with just Holliston or Medfield or even high school football, or it goes in the pros, it goes in college. There's not a lot of really good tackling going on.
Nick Cotting lines up the football, and we're about ready to kick off. It's a deep kick, and it goes out of bounds just around the 5-yard line. So Medfield will start off the game with a choice, whether they'll take the ball with the penalty yardage or force Holliston to re-kick.
We've seen some films from some of the Medfield games, and their quarterback throws a pretty nice pass. They've got a couple decent receivers. They don't put up a real lot of offensive yardage, but they played Norwood very well. They played Norwood a 21-7 game, so they played them pretty well, but. Of course, Holliston had the clunker last week against Norwood.
Yeah, Medfield's going to take the penalty, and they'll start at their own 35-yard line. The handoff on the jet play to number 25. That's Sam Patry, captain running back for the Warriors of Medfield. Tackle made by Brady Sweeney.
Yeah, I like to see Holliston get really aggressive here defensively, starting right now. And they did there. You saw almost everyone was down in the box. I didn't even see a safety back there at all. Normally you'll see if you're playing against the run, you'll see the one safety deep. But
It's a loss of about a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd and 11 from the 34. Medfield lines up in a shotgun. It's a quick pass to number 11, Jack Sullivan, another captain on the Medfield team. But it's broken up nicely by the Panthers secondary.
Yeah, looks like Joey Gentile on that break up there. And now this is where Holliston has to really take control here on 3rd down, especially 3rd and long. You've got to win this down. You've got to get the ball in the punt, get good field position.
With the incompletion, it's 3rd and 11. Big play early on here in this game for this Panthers defense.
Holliston.
Shotgun snap. Big pressure by the Panthers, and they get the sack. That's number 51, David Villa. And number 70, Robert Payne, combining for the sack there.
Robert Payne really put the rush on there. Came in, and then Villa came in and helped him finish him off. That's a big play for Holliston. Now they're going to get a nice field position with this punt. I will tell you, though, I saw this Holliston, that's a Medfield kid punting. He was doing some booming punts in the practice.
Low snap on the punt, but he does get it away. Andrew Dennison with the return, scoops it up. Yeah, good play there to fall on that ball.
Tremendous field position now for Holliston, and this is where you got to really start taking advantage of this too offensively. You got great field position. Your defense came out, got the tempo going, and now you got to remain aggressive on offense.
See what the Panthers can do here on their first possession of this game. And they're led by junior quarterback TJ Kiley, who is 98 yards away from crossing the 1,000-yard mark in passing. We'll see if he can do that tonight against Medfield. Lines up in the pistol snap. It's a handoff to Devin Harding. He takes the ball up into the Medfield 45-yard line. Good gain on 1st down.
Well, Devin Harding, we've talked about him quite a bit. He's a good athlete. I like the way he runs. I like the way he runs behind his blockers. Does a very nice job.
1st down run brings up 2nd and a long one here.
Playbook's open here, Carlos.
Yeah, good down and distance for the Panthers. Snap directly to TJ Kiley. Hands it off to Devin again. Finds some clearing and is tackled finally at the Medfield 30-yard line. Another good run by Devin Harding. Tackles by number 21, Max Augustini.
Augustine came up and he caught Devin from behind. Otherwise, it was an opening. He would have got another 5 or 10 yards there.
It's a 1st down for the Panthers. They line up at the Medfield 31-yard line, and they are driving early on in this first half.
Well, right now, the Panther defensive line and Panther offensive line are controlling the line of scrimmage.
Back in the pistol formation, TJ Kiley ready for the snap. It's another handoff to Harding again. That's his 3rd straight carry.
That was Olsen, I think.
No, that was number 3, yep, Devin Harding. Yep,
number 3.
It's good for about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards. Brings up another short 2nd down for the Panthers.
Well, that offensive line, they were a good one. Holliston's, they're missing the captain, Brennan Ibbotson.
Devin Harding, leading rusher on this Panthers team. He's got 284 yards on 73 carries, including 3 touchdowns. The handoff is to number 27, Derek D'Angelo, his 1st carry of the game. It's a short gain of about a yard, half a yard, brings up 3rd and 1. Holliston quarterback TJ Kiley on the season. 68 of 131 completions. 908 yards, like you said, about 92 yards away from 1,000. Handoff is again to D'Angelo. Brought down at about the
they set it back. So
21-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. Coach Kiley will probably go for it.
Oh,
here,
absolutely.
I imagine.
Anything on this side of the 50, he's going for it.
Right. first big third down, or I guess first big fourth down, second big play for the Medfield Warriors defense here. And they're going to war. Quarterback Nick Larsh.
Oh, great second effort.
Keeps it, and he gets the first down. Needed a yard. They probably got a yard and a half. Great push by that Panthers offensive line, allowing Larch to get the first down. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the Medfield 20-yard line. About 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. TJ Kiley back in at quarterback in the pistol formation. Handoff is to number 3, Devin Harding. Lost the ball, but I think he was down.
Yeah, leg was down, knee was down.
Yeah. Devin gets up a little gingerly. Seems to be okay. He's going to run it off. It's going to be 2nd down and about 5 from the 15-yard line.
But I'd love to see this offensive line continue dominating the way they're doing so far.
Try to call out some numbers out here today on that offensive line for the Panthers. You have number 70, Robert Payne. 56 is Grant Harper. It's a handoff to number 11, Brady Sweeney. Gets about 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Kind of a high snap, but TJ was able to bring it in and get the ball to Sweeney.
Continuing with the offensive line, number 54, Pierce Alachi. Number 74, Patrick Griffin. And number 68 is Vladimir Valevsky. 3rd and 4 for the Panthers here from about the Medfield 14. It's a handoff. No, it's a keeper by, pass by TJ. It's complete to number 86. That's Owen McCarron, his first reception of the game, and it sets up the Panthers with 1st and goal.
I like Owen McCarron. Owen McCarron's the tight end. You know, quarterbacks like to look tight ends, especially when they need short yardage. And they like to develop a relationship with those guys. So the other guys that come across the middle short and are able to pick up the first down, and McCarron was able to do that right there.
1st and goal from about the 3-yard line. We'll see if the Panthers, doesn't look like they're coming out in war. They come out back in the spread.
Yep. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Holliston marching.
First and goal. Handoff is to D'Angelo. He gets stopped for pretty much no gain.
Great stop by your Warrior defense. 2nd down.
Trying to test the interior of the line.
Yeah,
there.
that was good penetration by the Medfield defensive line. Blocked up all the running lanes.
And here now, you may want to use your speed, maybe get to the outside a little bit. Looks like there's some open area out there. .503 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Holliston on 2nd down.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Kiley with the handoff to Harding, and he's through the line for a touchdown. Easy 3-yard touchdown run by Devin Harding to put the Panthers up 6-0.
Well, it's an easy 3-yard run because of the great job that offensive line did. Open up a nice big hole for Devin.
Nick Cotting will come out to attempt the PAT. And what a great resource to have back. Nick Cotting, who's out for a couple of weeks with an injury. Having him back on kicking and punting duties is going to be a great weapon for these Panthers. The extra point is drilled, and the Panthers take an early 7-0 lead over Medfield with 4:44 to go in the first quarter.
Well, that's what you want to do. You want your defense to start off dominating and then have your offense come in and dominate. And nicely played by Holliston at the beginning of this ball game. You know, Holliston really, the first half of a lot of these games, they've really been in it, you know, and then they seem to tend to, if they're going to lose, they seem to tend to lose later on in the ball game. But right now, I think these first two series, I think, are the most dominant series, back-to-back defense and offensive series they've had all year.
Yeah, well, especially coming off the Norwood game, Jay, right, where they really
Yep.
couldn't get anything going offensively for 3+ quarters. They finally, were able to find the end zone at the end there. But to see them come out with a good first drive there, scoring drive, to take an early lead is definitely good news.
Yeah, they look like a team on a mission. And, it's interesting with that game, the Norwood game, that just might be, even when Holliston hit their great teams, every so often they have a clunker, and that just might have been that. And, I'm actually expecting some good stuff this week and next week against Hopkinton. And hopefully if they can, as I said earlier, if they can win those two games, that'll get them to 3 wins to qualify for the playoffs. But then they're going to have to move up to number 16 in the rankings.
Cotting, kickoff is away. Another strong kick. It's returned by Medfield at around the 8-yard line. Good tackle on special teams by 15, Kevin Sahajian. And I saw number 4, Cooper Olson, in there as well. Cooper Olson just having an amazing season at the middle linebacker position this year.
Cooper Olson has really done a good job. And Sahajian has done too. He's, we saw him last year a couple, 3 or 4 times, Sahajian, and he's a tackler. He knows how to tackle. Like I said earlier, the best tackling team tonight, that's going to be a big advantage.
Cooper Olson leading all tacklers on this Panther team with 26 individual tackles. Medfield lines up from their own 25-yard line on first down. It's a swing pass. And they're nowhere to go for the Medfield receiver. Panther defense doing a good job to corral him and prevent any gain at all on that pass play. Number 4, Olson on the tackle.
That's a loss of a yard. Clock still running now, 4:10 left to go, first quarter. Defense is all over the place tonight, Carlos. Right now, they're breaking. They're going to the ball. Look very strong. And I like that they keep putting pressure on. You want to keep putting pressure on. When you get that lead, just keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Medfield coming out with an empty backfield. 5 receivers, but just an incomplete pass. Medfield quarterback. Actually, that pass was intended for number 7, Cole Cloney, senior receiver.
Cloney's had a couple good games. I think he was the Medfield player of the game for a couple of months or twice. You got to watch for him because he has some speed and he can catch the ball very well.
With the incompletion, it's a 3rd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Medfield drops back. The pass is complete. It's going to be close to the first down. He needed to get to around the 35.
He didn't get it.
Nope, he got to about the 34. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 1. Good job by that Panthers defense to prevent the first down yardage.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, I think right there, the last 2 or 3 plays, the Medfield offensive line has done very well picking up the blitz. But sooner or later, the Holliston team's going to break through there.
Yeah, it's actually at the 33. This brings up a punting formation for Medfield. Punt is away. Dennison is back there. We'll let it roll, and it's going to get a Medfield bounce. Probably come to a stop at around the 25-yard line. So that's where the Panthers will set up shop on their second possession of the first half.
Yeah, that's about a 40-yard punt. That's a pro punt up there.
Really turns the field.
Yeah.
Really turns the field position over.
Okay, so the offense goes back on. Defense does its job again. The offense comes back on the field, and this is where sometimes you come off a series like that, and you got the lead and everything. You might want to throw the ball a little bit here. You might want to get a little downfield. Just try and see if you can pick up something quickly.
Right.
But the running game has been going so well, you might not want to go away from that either.
Holliston will set up at their own 25-yard line on first down. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Brady Sweeney's out here. He's single covered. The safety's not even over enough to help him out. Here comes a
late player running onto the field for Holliston.
Well, they better hurry up because a 10 second
They
thing
might have to burn a timeout here. Looks like they get the play away. It's a handoff to Harding. Breaks a tackle, and then is brought down for about a 4-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 6.
And you see those safeties creeping up, and as they creep up more and more, you know, that's just going to open up that field for Brady Sweeney, Joe Gentile, or one of the other receivers, Owen McCarron.
Yeah, and the offensive line has had, so far, having a really good start to this game. Every run has been, you know, plus yardage, 5, 6 yards, which is good to see.
77 backed up, and the mic is stacked. Nope, they're over A's.
Looks like Kylie maybe changing the play at the line there. Direct snap to him. Gets the ball off. Brady Sweeney's down there, and it's caught. Beautiful over-the-shoulder pass that is complete to Brady Sweeney.
Well, that's what I was telling you about, Carlos. You want to you have an opportunity at this point in the ball game to get the ball down deep in the field. That defender cannot cover Brady Sweeney man to man. He's going to need a safety to come over. If those safeties come down, there's going to be no hope for him to cover Brady. And that was a nice pass by TJ, by the way, too. And he's picked up a lot of that 90 yards right there.
Yeah, it's 55-yard completion there from TJ Kiley to Brady Sweeney. TJ Kiley now with 65 yards passing on the night. 2 for 2. First down from the 21-yard line. It's a handoff to Devin Harding. He gets some space, so there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, this is coming back.
So this likely will be coming back for holding.
Flag on the play.
But we'll check the penalty. We'll check with the reffing crew to see what it is. Flag is thrown right around the 17, 16-yard line.
But 2 pretty cuts there by
Definitely.
Devin Harding.
It is indeed holding on the Panthers.
1:35 left to go in the first quarter. First quarter that is seen right now so far, Holliston absolutely dominating.
It's a spot file from the spot of the hold, so Panthers will now have the ball at the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. Looks like
1st and 18.
1st and 18, yeah.
Don't stand up, okay? I know.
1:06 to go in the first quarter. They fake the jet sweep. It's another pass. Joey Gentile just out of his reach. Brings up 2nd and 17.
Well, that's also a message shown by Holliston. We're gonna throw the ball. We have no problem throwing the ball deep. You better get your safeties back there, and that's going to open up the game again for the run.
Nice crisp night tonight for football.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
Just a picture-perfect fall evening here in Medfield.
Ball on the 27-yard
55 seconds to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 17 for the Panthers. It's an inside handoff to Devin Harding. Makes a couple of Warriors miss. Gets a pretty good gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 12 or 13. Well, maybe more like 3rd and 10. It's a really good run by Devin Harding there. A good 7-yard run.
Well, that was a good play because, you know, second down, you know you're going 4 downs down here, right? So you got 3 shots at it. So you don't have to do it all at once. Now you have the possibility of making it on one play, or you still get another play after this. They've got that Medfield defense spread out pretty well. So the offensive linemen should be able to get some nice angles on the blocks.
On the season, Panthers are hitting 25% at 3rd down. So an area that they want to improve upon in the rest of the season. It's a shovel pass to, didn't catch the number there,
And that ends the first quarter.
to Harding, I think.
Yeah, it's Harding again, yeah.
And that's the last play of the first quarter, with the Panthers leading 7-0. We'll be right back. We're back with second quarter action, first play of the second quarter. Panthers with the big fourth down here from their own 19-yard, or from the Medfield 19-yard line, and their flags on the play here.
Yeah,
Looks
that
like maybe a procedure penalty for the Panthers.
Yeah, procedure shift, something like that.
It's a false start on the Panthers, so that'll back them up 5 yards. It'll be 4th and 14 now from the 24-yard line. Again, great thing about 4th and 24 is even from this point in the field, even if you don't get the fourth down, it sets your
It's
defense
really-
up pretty well.
It's really only 14.
Excuse me, 14, yes.
yeah. Yes, you're right, though.
It's a pass on fourth down, and it's going to be close for the first down. It depends on the spot. That is very close. It's hard to tell with the stick not there. I mean, the stick is right at the referee's foot. I believe it was a completion to Lima on that, right?
Yep, first
And
down.
it looks like a first down for the Panthers. Great fourth down conversion there, Jay.
Nice job by TJ rolling out. I've talked about this in all the games. I really like when he rolls out. I think he sees the field better. I think he feels more comfortable. He seems to anyway. He gets the ball downfield very well. He throws on the run very well, which a lot of people necessarily can't do. So that's a big plus for him. So here we are now with the first and almost goal.
Yeah, just outside the 10-yard line. First down for the Panthers. It's a handoff to Devin Harding. Makes another missed tackle there. Gets about, he's close to the first down, or maybe to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it's almost instinctive how he does that. He just really follows his blockers. He has the patience because he knows that he can cut quickly. He knows he can accelerate quickly. So he waits for those blocks to develop, and that always gives him the opportunity to always be on the plus side in the yardage.
Yeah.
Very nice job by Devin Harding, and a good job by that offensive line who's back in business now again down near the goal line.
Yep. 2nd and 4 from the 6-yard line. And that's going to be a false start on the Panthers. So that'll back them up 5 yards.
And this is what I mean, about these penalties. Holliston was able to overcome that last penalty, but you really don't want to put yourself in these positions, especially when you're down near the goal line and you can get another score here. 11:09 left to go in the first half. Holliston up 7-0, matching.
Yeah, essentially 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line now. It is possible for them to get a first down, but it's going to be very tough without scoring a touchdown. Kiley rolls to his left, lets it go, and it's caught, but it's out of bounds. That's number 11, Brady Sweeney, with the catch. 14, Kawhi Lima. Just couldn't get his toes down into the end zone.
I don't know if you saw that, but what Devin Harding did was he faked to the left and came back, and that held up those linebackers for just long enough for TJ to get around the corner. TJ almost got caught going around the corner, but he's able to get the ball off in just a little bit long, bringing up the 3rd down.
Yeah, TJ loves that rollout to give his receivers a little bit more time, especially on crossing routes. That's exactly what happened there. Just couldn't thread that needle. Brings up 3rd and 10 from the 10-yard line, or just outside the 10-yard line.
You got to try and you want to obviously score a touchdown here, but you got to try and at least get 4 or 5 yards here to have a makeable fourth down.
Again, as we said, Nick Cotting back, but this is going to be a touchdown for the Panthers. Devin Harding just rips right through the Medfield line, scores his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Well, welcome to the Devin Harding coming out party. I mean, he's kind of been out already coming out, but he's really having a heck of a night, and he's running behind a really aggressive offensive line. Love to see that. Nick Carding comes in for the extra point. 10:41 left to go in the first half.
The extra point is good, and the Panthers take a 14-0 lead with 10:41 to go in the first half.
You are right, though, about Nick Carding being a weapon. I mean, he just, yeah, you know, special teams is so important. You know, a lot of times you don't think about it because a lot of people don't follow the stats for special teams. But when you can, you know, kick consistent extra points and you can, you know, get your defense out of trouble by booming punts and stuff like that, that's a tremendous weapon, tremendous advantage that Coach Kiley has down there with Nick Carding.
Well, especially at the high school level,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
When things like extra points and 30-yard punts are not automatic like they are in the pros
Right.
or at college, right? To have someone that can get that ball where it needs to be is a huge asset.
I mean, I don't know what his interests are or what he's looking to do next year, but if he goes to a school, there'll be some schools, I'm sure, knocking on his door to see if he wants to come up and kick for them.
Every team is looking for a kicker, always.
All right, 10:41 left to go in the first half, 14-0 Holliston. Defense getting kind of anxious to get back on the field here and do their thing.
Yeah, and the offense did a good job of controlling the ball, and really they've controlled as we get a flag here on the kickoff.
Yeah, there's an offside, I think, on the kickoff.
Offense has really done a good job of controlling the tempo of this game. Really, aside from the two possessions, 3 and outs basically for Medfield, Holliston has controlled the time of possession.
They have, and of course, they've had the one big pass play, but after that, almost exclusively, has been running plays, and of course that gets the clock going. And they get a 4 or 5 possession lead here, and they can the way they can run the ball tonight. Medfield's going to be in big trouble early, so Medfield's got to answer now. Or if Holliston gets that ball back and scores again, don't forget Holliston gets the ball at the second kickoff in the second half too.
That's right. We're going to retry the kickoff here after the penalty. Cotting booms it. It's returned at the 15-yard line. Number 23 gets some space on the right side of the field. Panthers special team pursues. Looks like number 30 for Holliston pushes him out of bounds. That's Lucas Bedingkamp.
Well, Medfield was set up to run left to right. They wanted to come around the right side over there for Holliston. And what happens is sometimes on those long kicks, and we've talked about this a few times, how the coverage breaks down. You don't hold your lane because you're going after the player, and as you're going an angle after the player, they're able to get out around you. And that's kind of what happened there. So Medfield has good field position right now.
Yeah, quarterback Nick Hasapides, sophomore quarterback. He's got 550 yards passing on the season, 5 touchdowns. Handoff on the fly sweep. Just absolutely gobbled up by the Panthers defense at the 50-yard line. Maybe a gain of 4 or 5 yards. It's the first time Medfield crosses the 50-yard line into Holliston territory. Brings up 2nd and 6.
And now you see an opportunity where you might see a Medfield pass being thrown in a situation like this. It's a good time for them to throw.
Hasapides drops back. He gets pressure. Pass is incomplete, just out of the reach of his receiver.
That is a great job of breaking up a pass right there by Brady Sweeney. And I didn't see who put the pressure on Casapides, but somebody did.
That was number 50, Jimmy Parmisi.
That was Parmisi. So he did a really nice job putting the pressure on, not letting the quarterback set up and not allowing it to really zip the ball that well. And Brady Sweeney was right there.
Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Medfield Warriors. They're 0 for on 3rd down tonight. See if the Panthers defense can keep that going.
This is where you might want to send somebody in, put some more pressure on that quarterback.
Shotgun for Hasapides. He is gobbled up in the backfield. That's number 54, Pierce Alachi, and number 70, Robert Payne.
Well, I'll tell you, those two guys have done the job both on offensive line and defensive line. Pierce Alachi has had just a really, really good season, very strong season. And, of course, the captain, Robert Payne, also doing very well this year. Nice job by that defense, and it's going to give the Medfield punter a shot. And like I said, he can boom it. We've seen him boom a couple of them already.
Some pressure on the punt by Holliston. And it's returnable by Dennison.
Yeah.
He gets gobbled up right at the 32-yard line, and that's where Holliston will set up.
And I've talked about Dennison a lot. I love the way he gets down there. He has no fear, and he does a good job too because he catches the ball. And if he can get open, he's gone. He's got a lot of speed.
Yeah, a lot of people think the most important thing about returning punts is getting lots of yardage on the return. No, it's actually catching the punt.
Absolutely.
Making sure you don't get that bad bounce
The
or
field position.
Exactly.
Yep. 8:53 left to go in the first half. Holliston back on offense again.
They'll start from their own 31-yard line. TJ Kiley brings them out back in the pistol formation.
Yeah, he's on the nose.
It's another pass out to Dennison. The bubble screen, he gets about 9 yards on the reception.
Well, actually,
It's a little less than that. Yeah, it's more like 6 yards.
It is tough to judge because where we're standing and we're on the other side of the field. It's tough to judge where they mark the ball.
Kiley is 4 for 6 on the evening so far. Quickly approaching those 98 yards that he needs. Second and 4 for the Panthers. Another fly sweep, and flags go flying.
Yeah, flags everywhere.
It's first down yardage, but it might be coming back. It's number 24, Dennison, on the fly sweep. Holliston really loves to bring those receivers in motion and then hand the ball off.
Well, they do the sweeps because that's where you can really use your speed. I'm not sure what this is because the play was actually already in motion. It wasn't like they threw the flag before the play started, but.
All right, so it looks like it's a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be 5 yards for motion. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 31-yard line.
8:01 left to go in the first half. Holliston up 14 to nothing.
32-yard line. Kiley drops back, feels the pressure, rolls to his right, and is going to tuck it and run. Gets about 4 or 5 yards on the quarterback keeper.
That was a nice play by TJ because what Medfield was expecting the pass, and they were almost playing a semi-prevent defense. They had a lot of guys deep in the backfield. Now, they only needed 9 yards, so if they threw the ball 5 yards and get another 4 after the reception, they were going to first down too. I'm not quite sure why Medfield was so deep, but their safeties are starting to play deep, and their corners are playing off the Holliston receivers a little bit too now.
Yeah, and it brings up a very manageable 3rd and 3 from the 38-yard line. Kiley sets up in the backfield. It's a handoff to 27, D'Angelo. He just trucks a Medfield player at the second level. Gets another 3 yards after contact, and it's a great first down play for the Panthers.
Well, you ain't going to hit me. I'm going to hit you, and that's what happened right there. Nice job by D'Angelo. Beautiful, beautiful run. And once again, that offensive line, all night it's been the defensive line and the offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage for Holliston. And that's really, really good news.
Yeah, moves the sticks, and they're in Medfield territory for the 3rd time this first half. 3 for 3. It's first and 10 from the 46. It's a handoff to D'Angelo. but there's a flag on the play, likely coming back.
You know, that was a kind of a different formation that I saw Holliston with the back up in front of TJ. Holding penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be holding against the Panthers.
That'll send them back 10 yards. 6:52 left to go in the first half.
With the penalty, the Panthers are now on their own 44-yard line. Brings up a long first down, about 1st and 20.
Well, if you can get about five yards of this, you're in 4-down territory.
First and 20 from the 44. Holliston comes out in the spread. It's a handoff to D'Angelo. He gets
that's a nice tackle.
Wrapped up for about a yard right at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, nicely done by the defender right there. He took on D'Angelo. That's Devin Harding. I'm sorry.
I think it was 20. It was D'Angelo on the carry.
Oh, it was
yeah.
D'Angelo. Okay.
It's a gain of 1, so it's about 2nd and 19, maybe 2nd and 18 from the 46. Kylie drops back, feels the pressure, and is going to tuck it and slide for about a yard.
That's the baseball player in him. He's a heck of a baseball player, and you get a chance to slide there.
Going to be a long 3rd down here, maybe 3rd and 17 for the Panthers. Like you said, Jay, probably just need a few yards in order to try a 4th down play here.
They'll definitely will go. The clock's running, 5:08, 5:07.
Very fast-moving first half.
Well, that's the running, and they've been doing a good job running. So Coach Kylie's out there giving the individual instructions to Grady Sweeney.
3rd and 17. And we have a delay of game penalty, maybe. Yeah, delay of game on the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think either team's even called a timeout yet tonight.
With the penalty, it's now 3rd and 22. Look for maybe a screen here. No, they're going to go long, and that gets tipped.
Ooh.
Or maybe, tipped right by the pressure from number 87. That's Nick Kangemi, defensive end from Medfield.
Well, we'll see Nick Carding out here now.
Yeah, at 4th and 22, you really have to punt here. Don't want to give the ball away on the minus side of the field.
And the way they've been playing the field position game, Holliston's been winning that on each one of these punts. So
Nick Cotting comes out for punting duty. His first punt of the night.
Whoa.
It's a high snap, but it's a short punt. Goes out at about the Holliston 47-yard line, 48-yard line. That's where Medfield will set up.
I'm not so. Do you think someone hit that?
I don't think so, Jay. I just think it came off his foot. Yeah.
But it came out spinning like it had been hit. But
looks like it just came off the side of Cotting's foot, which happens every once in a while.
So that's great field position here for Medfield with 4:20 left in the first half.
Medfield's best field position of the evening so far.
You want to keep the pressure on. Put some pressure on this quarterback now. There's flags all over the place here.
Bubble screen to the right. tackle by number 9, Joey Gentile.
Not sure what the flag was.
Reception was by Cole Clooney. Cole Cloney, excuse me. We do have flag on the play.
I don't know if maybe Holliston was lined up.
Looks
Offside?
like maybe hands to the face by Holliston. No, offsides
yeah,
by
they
Holliston.
were lined up offsides. I thought they
Yeah.
were because the flag came just as the ball was snapped, and that gave Medfield a free play.
Yeah, so it'll be a free 5 yards for Medfield. It'll now be 1st and 5 from the Holliston 43-yard line.
Got to stay aggressive, Carlos. You got to stay aggressive here. You got to just keep putting the pressure on.
Medfield comes out again in the empty backfield. 5 wide receivers, 4 to the right. And it's a slant pass to number 26, Will Griffin. It's good for the first down. You needed 5 yards. They got 6 or 7 on the slant.
That's a great play. I love that play. I love that play to overload one side, and then you got your man down here, the man you really want, one-on-one with a cornerback or the linebacker or whoever is out there covering him, and I love that play.
Yeah, you know you're going to have that when you're out in an island on one side. You know you're going to have that slant play almost every time. Again, same formation as last time. Another direct snap. It's another slant play, but this one is incomplete. Did not have possession before he dropped the ball.
Now that time they did the same thing out here. They put that number 26 out here to all by himself. But that time Holliston came up and did what I always love to have him do. Hold him up at the line of scrimmage. Don't let him get out. Upset the timing of the play and let your defensive line and linebackers get in and make a play on the quarterback.
Yeah, the pass attempt was to number 87, Nick Kangemi. It's now 2nd and 10 from the 33. Same formation again. And they're going to go long to number 26.
Oh.
Double covered. Number 4, Cotting, and number 1, DeJesus on the coverage for Holliston.
Yeah, that was Olsen for.
Number 4, Olsen, excuse me.
Yep, he did a nice job batting the ball away. Oh, you missed the ball, Lisa? Okay. Camera can see better than I can, that's for sure. 3:24 left to go.
3rd and 10
The third.
for the
second
Warriors.
half.
Panthers have been good on 3rd down tonight. Same formation. Wide open is number 87. He's going to score a touchdown. That's Nick Kangemi with the 33-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Nick Hasapides.
Well, they found a formation they like. Holliston's going to have to figure out how to defend that because they're probably going to see it again.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 straight plays where they lined up in that, 4 wide on one side, single receiver on the other. The extra point is pushed wide left. So with 3:15 to go in the second quarter, Holliston with a 14-6 lead.
All right, the offense gets the ball back, and now what happens is you're going to want to go for one of those, your buddy there, the famous Bill Belichick, score a touchdown and get the ball back in the second
Belichick
half.
double.
Yeah.
And plenty of time with this Panthers offense to get something going
Oh,
before
there's
the
all
clock
kinds of
runs
time.
out. And I believe they have their full complement of timeouts as well.
I think they do. I don't even call any timeouts. In the years past, that's been one of the strengths of the Holliston coaching staff, Coach Kiley, the way his clock management has been basically unquestioned. I mean, he's really done a good job of knowing exactly how much time he needs for his offense to go down and score and knowing the right plays to call and having the people in the right position to score.
Pasapides is the kicker for Medfield as well, so he'll line up the ball at the 40 and kick this off.
Holliston may want to get a little deeper. I don't. Oh, there they go. Okay. 3:15 left to go in the half.
See how the Panthers defense responds. Excuse me, how the Panthers offense responds after that score by Medfield. Cooper Olsen with the return brings it up to the 35, 36 yard line.
Right up the field. See, that's exactly what you want to do. Don't mess around. Get that ball up as far as you can up the field. Give with 3:06 left to go and plenty of timeouts. You give your offense a chance to score. Don't mess around down there running back and forth. Go to north and south.
Panthers will set up for first down at their own 36-yard line. Holliston quarterback TJ Kiley, 4 for 7 tonight.
Let's hear it for your Warrior defense.
It's another pass from TJ. Wide open is Brady Sweeney over the middle.
Nice catch. I'll stop the clock as they reset the chains.
It's a gain of about 20 yards.
First and 10 for the Panthers.
That might have done it for him. Right? Might have put him over
That does
1,000.
put him over 100 yards for the evening, and with that, Holliston quarterback TJ Kiley surpasses 1,000 yards passing on the season.
I want to thank Ken Dunn for giving us all this information, too. We know he's listening.
Another pass from TJ Kiley. This one's incomplete. Just had to throw it away with pressure from Medfield.
I want to thank all the people who tuned in tonight, all the Holliston fans. Shout out to Steve Hedrick from Mike Connors. 2:29 left to go in the first half. 2nd and 10 for Holliston. You know, you're really in a position, too, where you still have times, you have timeouts, so you can run the ball, too, if you want. You don't have to pass all these. Everything doesn't have to be a
Full
pass play.
playbook at your disposal. Empty backfield. TJ takes the snap. Oh, it's going to go down for a sack. Did not see the pressure from the backside. Number 23 with the sack.
Holliston takes
That's
a timeout.
TJ Casey.
Holliston takes a timeout, so we'll take a timeout, too. 14-6 Holliston. We're back. 2:20 left to go in the half here. Holliston ahead 14-6, third and about, 16 maybe?
Snap is to TJ. He's going to tuck it and run, try to get some yardage here on third down. He gets hit hard at the 46-yard line. It's going to bring up fourth down. Some hard hitting going on out there. It's going to be 4th and 8 for the Panthers from the Medfield 46-yard line.
I think what Coach Kiley's going to do, they're going to let the clock run all the way down here, and then they're going to call a timeout, and then they're going to go for it on fourth down. He just doesn't want to leave a lot of time left on the clock for Medfield. By the way, tonight we got the student section down there, and they have a whiteout for Holliston, all the kids dressed in white.
10 seconds, you got to call it before.
Always good to see the Red Sea show up on the road.
Yep.
Holliston fans always travel well.
Holliston, great. These TVL towns really like Holliston because they do travel so well. We have a timeout on the field. 1:19 left to go in the first half. We'll be back in a minute.
We're back with second quarter action. Panthers holding on to a 14-6 lead over Medfield with 1:19 to go in the first half. But the Panthers have the ball 4th and 8 from the Medfield 46-yard line.
Those safeties are really deep. This is a play you can go to your tight end sometimes in a situation like this.
Crowley takes the snap, drops back for a pass. He's looking for, that's Joey Gentile, number 9. The reception is good. It's a completion. First down yardage. Sticks are moving for the Panthers.
Yeah, time's out until the sticks get down. But now what you want to do is you want to speed it up a little bit. You want to get a little yardage here because there's 1:06 left and the clock is running.
Oh, it's a handoff to Harding. He's gone. No, gets tripped up right at the 11-yard line. Looked like he had open field.
Now they're going to set the chains here, so there's first down. They're going to let him play. 49 seconds left.
It's another handoff. To Harding again on that play. And with a timeout on the field, Panthers leading 14-6. We'll take a break. Coming back out of this timeout, 41 seconds to go in the first half. Panthers with the ball. They're looking at 2nd and 10 from the Medfield 11-yard line. Panthers looking to score their 3rd touchdown of the night and go into the locker room with a commanding lead.
Well, you know, down here with 2nd down, again, the whole playbook's open. I've counted, I think that might have been their 4th timeout, maybe? I'm pretty sure they have at least one left. Want to kind of keep that in your back pocket.
All right, Panthers line up for 2nd and 10 from the 11. Kylie in the pistol. It's a handoff to Devin Harding again, and he goes right through. Gets tackled, I think.
Did he get in?
Right before the goal line. So it's going to be essentially third and goal.
Yeah, 2 plays were called on that last time out.
Panthers line up quickly. The snap is to Kylie. He tosses it into the end zone. It's caught by number 9, Joey Gentile, for a 3-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers lead 20-6.
Well, I talked about the way that Coach Kylie can, do clock management. He's just excellent at doing that. And they score, and they only leave 15 seconds on the game clock in this half. Carding sets up for the extra point.
High snap. But Nick Cotting is 3 for 3 on extra points tonight. And with 15 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter, Panthers are leading 21-6. Great response to go into the locker room there.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to run the clock down to almost nothing. Now Medfield's got some players over there, so you got to respect their speed. In 15 seconds, anything can happen. So you want to be very smart about this, because if you can hold them here and go in there 21-6 and come back out and get the ball in the 2nd half, you could be in good shape, especially if you continue moving the ball this way. By the way, kudos to that offensive line. And TJ Kylie coming on his game, he got his 1,000-yard passing and got some touchdowns now. So
yeah, great possession there.
They're clicking.
Yeah, and Devin Harding just cutting up the Medfield defense with those runs. I mean, he's just unstoppable right now.
And this is by far the best we've seen, the overall, every phase of the game, Holliston play. Doing a really nice job tonight. And as you said, Carlos, coming off that big loss last week, you don't know how these younger kids are going to react. Well, they're reacting absolutely perfectly.
Cotting squibs it towards the Medfield returners. It's picked up at about the 20 and then returned to about the 35-yard line. The tackle is made by David Villa.
Now, what I like to do here is I like to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I send everybody to put pressure on the quarterback and have a couple players way back deep in a semi-prevent. Let him throw the ball. If he throws the ball short, you can intercept it. If he doesn't, you knock it down, and then that way they'll only get 1 or 2 plays.
Yeah, Medfield won't have a lot of time to work with. Only 9 seconds. We'll see if they'll even run a play here. It looks like they're lining up just to take a knee, or maybe just run up the gut, and it's a knee.
Yep.
And that'll end play in the first half with the Panthers leading 21-6. We'll come back and talk again for the second half. Welcome back to Calvin George Fisher Field in Medfield, Massachusetts, where we're just about ready to kick off the second half, where the Holliston Panthers hold a 21-6 lead over the Medfield Warriors. Scoring summary in the first half, Panthers kicked it off with a Harding rushing touchdown in the first quarter. On their first possession of the game, they followed that up on their second possession of the game with another Devin Harding rushing touchdown. Medfield answered back with a Nick Kangemi touchdown reception from quarterback Nick Sapidis. But the Panthers responded in the second quarter with a Joey Gentile touchdown reception from quarterback TJ Kiley to end the scoring in the first half. Jay, as we get ready to kick off the second half, what do the Panthers have to do to maintain this lead and come out with a victory?
What they got to do right now is, and I talk about this in all the sports, learn how to win. And by you got to finish. You got to learn as a team how to finish, how to win. That's what they got to do tonight. You have to stay aggressive, and you have to act like it's a 0-0 game.
Kickoff is returned by Dennison at the 10. Bobbles the ball, but picks it up and gets a good little return out of it back to the or onto the 25-yard line. That's where the Panthers will set up shop for their first possession of the second half.
Nice job by Dennison. He was able to recover, get outside, and get some pretty decent yardage. So yeah, what I was talking about, Carlos, you've got to learn how to finish. It's something that, it may sound silly, but if you think about it, some teams don't know how to do it. They win a game and they're, okay, we won. Why do we win? How do we win? You got to know what it takes to finish. And to finish, you have to come out. You have to be aggressive. You have to really continue to play hard, and you can't let up on the gas. You can't give them any opportunity to think they have a chance to win on the other side of the ball.
Winning is a skill you have to learn, just like anything else, tackling, blocking.
And right here you have Brady Sweeney all by himself. Is that Brady Sweeney? One-on-one out here. The safeties are in.
It's actually Lima.
Oh, Lima.
The handoff is to Devin Harding. He gets scooped up at around the 27-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Panthers.
Wow, Lima, he's had some really good games and had one game where he had 10 catches. So you gotta cover him. He knows what he's doing.
Panthers have a plethora of receiving talent this year. Pass from Kiley is to Lima. He's tackled for not much of a gain, if any.
Yeah, what happened in that play was Lima had to come back to get the ball. I think that was part of the play, but the problem is that might have worked a little bit better if it was on the far sideline. They were on the short side of the field here when they tried to do that play, and there were a couple defenders right there to tackle Lima.
Holliston quarterback TJ Kiley in the first half was 6 of 10 for 117 yards with a touchdown.
Dennison comes in for, was it McCarron? Yep.
Panthers will spread it out again on 3rd and 9. Kiley drops back, lets one rip, and it's complete to Brady Sweeney.
Yeah.
It's going to be good enough for a first down to the 40.
It's going to take
of about 14 yards.
It's going to take a special player to cover him one-on-one. He's just a superior receiver.
Yeah, and with an injury on the field, we'll take a timeout. The Medfield player able to walk off the field under his own power, which is good to see. After the first down reception by the Panthers, they will have a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
10:03 left to go in the third. As I was saying, though, Carlos, they're not going to be able to cover Brady Sweeney one-on-one. They're going to have to pull a safety over to double him, and if they do, that's going to open up the field a little bit for somebody else.
Panthers line up in 4-wide formation. It's the handoff to Devin Harding again. He gets tripped up just before the 45-yard line at about the 44. It's a gain of about 3 or 4 yards, brings up a 2nd and 6 for the Panthers.
If he's going to keep getting 4 and 5 yards every time he touches the ball, and sometimes even more than that, it's going to be a long second half for Medfield. Devin's been running very well tonight. That line's been blocking very well. But, boy, Devin, as I said earlier, he's able to cut on a dime, and he's able to really accelerate off that cut, and he has the patience to follow his blockers. Just really does a nice job.
2nd and 6 for Holliston from their own 44-yard line. Their first possession of the second half. It's another handoff. This one is to 27. D'Angelo gets first down yardage on the run. Run good for about 12 or 13 yards.
And there you have, you have Devin Hardy coming out here running. He's doing a good job. He's going back and forth. Now you have him take a little break. You put in D'Angelo, and boom, there's another first down for Holliston.
First and 10 for the Panthers. Kylie drops back, lets one go. Lima's down there, but just out of his reach.
Yeah. Well, TJ knows he had him. He went down there a little bit, and it was a nice play. Nice blocking on that play by the line, too. Was able to allow TJ to get up in the pocket a little bit. 8:42 left to go in the third.
That's TJ's first incompletion of the second half. He's 8 of 13 in the game. Whistles are blown. So we got a stoppage here. Maybe a official's timeout?
No, I don't know if it's a timeout. I think they're just having a little quick discussion, and here we go.
Ready for 2nd and 10 from the Medfield 45-yard line. It's a handoff to Harding. Gets some room. Gets hit initially by number 81, who brings him down. But it's good for 4 yards. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Nice play by Devin. In fact, if Devin was able to cut a little bit more to his left, he had a lot of room out there to roam. I have seen some good tackling on the Medfield side of the ball, though. They haven't been able to stop a lot, but when they do, they tackle pretty well.
Yeah, you can tell they're fundamentally sound on defense. Kylie keeps it, gets hit after about a 3-yard scramble.
He went. I thought he was going to slide, and they kind of held up when the two Medfield guys, I think, hit each other. One of them went down. The other one got hold of TJ. 4th and short here, so obviously Holliston will be going for it.
Haven't seen a lot of war tonight from the Panthers.
Well,
but we might be seeing it here.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah. Nick Large brings them out. And the Panthers go to war. 4th and 2. It's a reverse handoff to number 4, Cooper Olson, who gets tackled for a first down, just beyond the sticks.
That's a nice call. Now TJ brings the spread offense back out on the field. 7:08 left to go in the third.
1st and 10 for the Panthers from the Medfield 33-yard line.
Nice,
good
nice
opening
drive.
possession from the Panthers here.
Nice drive.
Looked a little dicey with 3rd and 10 early on. Pass from Kylie, just a bit long for Brady Sweeney.
.644 left to go in the third.
Panthers have been passing a little bit more than maybe you expect them to.
Well, I think they would, when sometimes you get in a situation like this where you think you can run pretty well and everything, you do want to try some stuff. You want to let them go. You want to let the kids go, and you want to be, I think, a little more aggressive offensively too to back up those linebackers and safeties.
2nd and 10. It's another handoff to Devin Harding, who gets tackled, not immediately, but good sound tackle by the Medfield defender. It's number 25, Captain Sam Patry. Prevents the first down, and it's about 3rd and 5 for Holliston. From the Medfield 28. Another handoff to Harding, who gets the first down yardage. Really, Devin Harding hasn't been stopped so far tonight. He's getting good 3, 4, 5 yards every clip. Moves the sticks again on this very impressive opening drive for the Panthers in this second half.
Yeah, that's 6:10 left to go in the third, so it's coming up on almost 6-minute drive for Holliston. Now what they're doing is two things. They're driving down the field. They're going into hopefully to score here and taking a lot of time off the clock.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Devin Harding finally gets stopped for a loss. That's number 77 for Medfield, who I don't have a number for, but he just came in through the line and stuffed Devin Harding.
Well, they did a nice job there. I mean, every so often you're going to be able to make a play. I mean, the kids on the other side of the line there, on the defensive side of the field, they're good players too, so they're going to make plays. But right now, most of the plays have been made by Holliston.
2-yard loss for the Panthers brings up 2nd and 12.
Clock running, 5:25 left to go in the third.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line. Kiley drops back to pass, lets it go. He's got Lima down there, and it's caught for a touchdown. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, I talked about Kawhi Lima a while ago. I said, he's a good. I kind of always thought of him as like a possession type receiver, but either way, he's a good receiver. He knows what he's doing, and he complements Joey Gentile and Brady Sweeney very, very well, along with Owen McCarron, as you said, a plethora of riches at receiver for TJ Kiley.
Nick Cotting lines up for the extra point. It's good.
Yeah, of course it is. And with 5:09 left to go in the third quarter, Holliston goes up 28-6.
Exactly the type of drive you're looking for from the Panthers in that first possession of the second half.
You do everything a coach wants right there. You take the time off the clock. You eat up over half of the third quarter in almost 7 minutes, and score a touchdown, get the extra point. And now that defense, they want to get back on the field and play a little bit too, and they're going to get their chance right here.
Devin Harding, very efficient running the ball on that drive, and then TJ Kiley capping it off with a 22-yard touchdown pass to Kawhi Lima.
Well, TJ keeps throwing the ball like that tonight. He's going to have his second 1,000-yard tonight.
Nick Cotting lines up the ball on the tee. Been doing a lot of kicking tonight, which is always a good sign.
They're primed right now. If you look at the way this is set up, they're primed for an onside kick. I know they won't do it, but look at the spacing in that front line.
Cotting kicks it off. It goes out of bounds again. Second time tonight, so Medfield will likely take that at the 35-yard line. First game back for Nick. Probably still trying to get the cobwebs out. Kicking's like anything else. You need to have that daily routine. Stay fresh.
Well, another thing I think what they're doing too is I think they're kicking away from the returners, because their kick returners seem to be pretty good.
And really, a special teams play is really the only thing that's going to get Medfield probably back in this football game. That or a big explosive play on offense. Medfield lines up, 1st and 10, handoff.
I always wonder why, when you're running certain series of plays or certain types of plays and it's successful and you march right down the field and you score, why you don't come back with that? That passing formation that they had when they scored their first touchdown, I would thought they would have come out, especially being down by this much, and used that formation.
So handoff to Sam Patry, the captain. Takes it around the edge, but he finds nothing. Panthers doing a good job of maintaining contain there. It's really just a short gain of maybe 2 yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Clock running, still running now, and inside of 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Panthers defense has been very good on 3rd down tonight. See what they can do here with 3rd and 1.
Yeah, now here's that formation again that they were in, that they were so successful with, throwing the ball.
4 receivers to the right side. Pass is incomplete. Just amazing coverage by DeJesus there on that 3rd down pass.
I remember seeing DeJesus in, I think it was the Franklin game. And he plays very, very well. Of course, Franklin right now is the top-rated team in the entire state. And Holliston played them in the Lassie Bowl. And he played very, very well. He's a good defender.
You can tell he's very athletic, too. It's been a trademark of this Panthers defense for years.
Medfield setting up for the kick, but I'm not so sure I would trust this. And, yep,
yeah,
there you
go.
go.
Fake punt. And it's going to be good for a 1st down. Well, we talked about special teams maybe being the way that Medfield can get back into this game. There's a fake punt for a 1st down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't trust that they were really going to punt that ball. That's where you almost let the gunners go down the field and you stay back here and make sure that punted that does kick it.
Well, also you're down by 3 touchdowns. You really can't punt it. From close to midfield. You really got to take advantage of your possessions here if you're Medfield.
Right.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors from just outside the 50-yard line. Another bubble screen. They've been doing
nice
that
tackle.
all night, but the Panthers have been there all night.
Yeah, very nice tackle
Jesus
there.
again on the tackle.
I'm thinking at some point he's going to do something off of this that's a little bit different, whether the quarterback runs the ball or something different coming out of this formation. Now the 3 receivers come over to this side.
4 receivers to this side on the left. 1 single receiver to the right, kind of a mirror of that formation. Pass is complete. No, incomplete. Again, some good tight coverage by the Panthers secondary. That's number 40, Robert Collier, and number 11, Brady Sweeney on the coverage. That'll force a long 3rd down, 3rd and 9.
Well, the other thing that happened on that play is David Villa put some pressure on that quarterback, and that's what you got to do. And you got to, you hear about this a lot with Tom Brady and a lot of the quarterbacks. If you're putting pressure with them up the middle as opposed to around the end, if you come up the middle, put pressure on them, they get a little antsy, and that's kind of what happened there.
Nick Casapides in the empty backfield. Again, 4 receivers to the left. Feels the pressure, and he gets pulled down for the sack. Number 70, Robert Payne, just relentless in pursuit and brings him down.
Robert Payne is an athlete. You get these guys in the offensive and defensive lines. Sometimes they're a little heavy, sometimes they can't. But Robert Payne is an athlete. He can get out there and he can go after the quarterback and make the sack. That's a big sack for Holliston.
Yeah, and that's a big loss for Medfield. This might put them back into punting range. It's going to be 4th and a mile. Looks like there may be a penalty.
Yeah, looks like it.
Penalty is on Medfield.
I don't know.
I think they're going to decline the penalty to bring up 4th down. I think that's what they're doing.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Or no, they're going to walk it back. Yeah, they're walking it back. So it might be a loss of a down on that. Maybe I don't know. Did not see the call from the ref there. But if they are walking back the penalty, is it 4th down?
Yeah, it might have been.
It
Might have been a after the
yeah,
possession,
dead ball
yeah.
foul. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right, Jay. So it is 4th down, 4th and forever. 30-something yards here. There's an extra man on the field,
yeah.
so that's going to be a free play. Be 5 yards
they'll
for
pick up 5
Medfield.
yards.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about the special teams, Carlos, and all the different things and how important it is. And you know, a lot of times when you do have that extra man on the field and stuff, it's because of a special teams player, because they're replacing somebody or somebody's new in the special teams or whatever, and they're not used to playing like the frontline offensive and defensive players.
4th and 37. Warriors punt. Fair catch is called by Dennison.
1:39 left to go in the third quarter here.
Panthers will start with excellent field position as they try to close out this third quarter and the game.
The offense went back on the field. The spread offense led by TJ Kiley at quarterback. Once again, I want to say that offensive line, though, Carlos, has just been spectacular tonight.
Kiley passes back to Dennison, who catches it in the flat and breaks free for a good gain. Close to 1st down yardage. I think he's going to get it.
It looks like he might, but boy, what a nice job of avoiding that tackle.
It is a 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They move the chains. Ball is at the Medfield 43-yard line.
Andrew Dennison, nicely done there.
Panthers line up in the spread again. Handoff is to Harding. Again, Harding gets a good 6 or 7 yards on 1st down.
That was kind of a nice fake by TJ. I think what happened, it seemed to freeze the linebackers and safeties just a bit, because it almost looked like he was going to pull the ball out and on that the run pass option thing and pull the ball out and throw the ball downfield. So they just froze everybody for a second there, and allowed Harding to get downfield.
7-yard gain gives Panthers a 2nd and 3. Kiley drops back, fakes it, lets it go. Joey Gentile was down there, but the ball just goes over the wrong shoulder.
Nice pump fake. I haven't seen a pump fake like that in a while.
Yeah. Incompletion brings up a 3rd and 3.
21 seconds left to go in the quarter. Quarter that's just been totally dominated by Holliston so far.
Yeah, I'd love to see the time of possession stats on this game, but it's got to be, 75% for Holliston, if that. Panthers line up, 3rd and 3. It's a handoff to Harding. He gets tripped up short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down, maybe a yard. Panthers will probably go here.
Yeah, that'll be the last play of the quarter with 6 seconds left, the clock running.
And it is indeed the last play of the third quarter with the score, Holliston 28, Medfield 6. We'll be right back. teams change sides of the field as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Panthers holding on to a 22-point lead.
Yeah, remember that warm weather you were talking about earlier today? You can feel the cold front coming in now, and it's getting a little windy down there on the field, too.
Breeze is starting to pick up. We'll see how that affects the game. Panthers come out in war to start the fourth quarter. Fourth and short. It's a keeper.
Oh, goodbye.
Oh, and Nick
Goodbye.
Larch just breaks free on a 34-yard touchdown run from War quarterback Nick Larch, and the Panthers lead 34-6.
So happy for Nick Larch. That's a nice job. And once again, that offensive line gets in there and opens it up. Nicely played by Holliston. So open the fourth quarter. 11 seconds in, and Holliston scores their 34th point. Carding lines up for the extra point.
The kick is good. Panthers now lead 35-6 with 11:49 to go in the game. Panthers came out in war on 4th and 1. Nick Larch just goes untouched into the end zone.
That was really something good. And again, that offensive line, you're getting those formations, and it's just really mano a mano is what they say. And Holliston, the offensive line and defensive line have played very well tonight. I had a little inside information that practices with this week were very, very good, and the kids really went at it.
Very intense.
Yeah, so you can see the result of that.
Well, coaches love to say you play like you practice. It's good to hear that there's some intensity leading into this game. Like we said, this is a game up for grabs for both of these teams. They're really, each of these teams hoping that this would be kind of an inflection point for the rest of the season. Panthers so far coming out on top.
Well, as I said earlier, Holliston cannot make the playoffs unless they get 3 wins. Now, that just qualifies them. That doesn't put them in the playoffs. You're still going to move up to number 16 in your division. Right now, if they continue on with this game, Holliston will have 2 of the wins, with Hopkinton coming up next week.
Kick is to the 10-yard line. It's returned by Medfield, still on his feet. Finally brought down at about the 39-yard line. It's number 15, Kevin Sahajian, on the tackle.
So the defense goes back on the field, and they've had a really good night tonight. They've given up only 6 points.
And they've got to be very well rested, too. They haven't been out on that field for very long.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Except for the guys going both ways. They are well rested.
Warriors will line up, or set up, just outside the 40-yard line at their 38. They're looking for anything positive on this drive. Handoff is absolutely engulfed by Holliston. Loss of 3 yards on the play. See Joey Gentile at the bottom of that pile, or Owen Zakshevsky. OZ, as his teammates call him.
You got to watch Derek DeAngelo. Now, Derek's over here playing corner, and he's right up in the face of that defender, or that receiver. I love that. I really do. I really think that makes such a difference. This time he backs off because his defender is not on the line of scrimmage. But
Medfield comes out 4 wide. Pressure on the quarterback, and the receiver is just dropped after another loss on that play. Robert Collier on the pressure.
That's good coverage by a linebacker.
Medfield going the wrong way. Medfield, excuse me. It's going to be 3rd and long, 3rd and about 15 from the Medway 33-yard line.
Well, you're keeping some running backs in there now for some pass protection, which might mean he's going to try and throw deep.
Pasapides keeps it, tucks it, and runs. He gets blasted at around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of about 3 yards. We'll see what Medfield does here on 4th down. Looks like they're changing offensive personnel. Nope. They are going to punt it.
Maybe.
Lining up in punt formation at least. Punt is away. Dennison is down there.
Whoa,
kind of a
wow.
nasty bounce, or I think he would have tried to return it. There is a flag.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's see what happens here. That might be a frustration penalty.
I don't know. The way the heads are hanging down there, it looks like it might be against Holliston. We'll see.
Here comes the call.
Oh, they
Looks like they picked it up.
one on each side, I guess.
All right. So offsetting penalties.
So they got to kick over,
So they're going to re-punt.
which is really too bad for that punter. That was one heck of a punt.
Well, he got a great bounce, kind of a tricky bounce. Like I said, I think Dennison was looking to return it, but after that bounce, there's nothing you could do about it. So he'll get another shot at it.
.9:37 left to go in this ball game. Holliston up 35-6.
4th and 9 again for Medfield. They do punt it. Shorter punt. Doesn't get the bounce as before. Panthers will set up at their own 31-yard line.
Yeah, they picked up 17 yards on that punt.
Spotting it at the 33-yard line. 34.
Do I hear a 35? 9:27 left in the game. Nick Lodge brings out the War offense.
Worked so well in the last play. Why not keep it going? Panthers definitely in clock killing mode here. We're going to have a timeout on the field, and with that, we'll take a break. Come out of the timeout with Holliston setting up for their next possession, 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. They come out in war. And the snap is to Cooper Olsen. He gets drilled for little gain, maybe a gain of 1.
You see Grant Harper and Robert Payne taking their men all the way downfield. That's good blocking.
Yeah, and this is the, part of the game that the offensive line loves, right?
Yes, they do. Yep.
Up by 29 points, just trying to impose your will against the other team for the last 9 minutes of the game.
And this is where in a situation like this, you mentioned it earlier about the time of possession, Medfield's defense got to be a little tired.
Snap is to D'Angelo. Or the toss is to D'Angelo, excuse me.
Hey, good run.
He gets about 7 or 8. It's going to bring up a short 3rd down. 3rd and 3 from the Holliston 41-yard line. Looks like they'll stay in the war as Nick Larch stays out there at quarterback.
Yeah, I think they'll probably, unless there's a penalty or something, they will stay in the war for these next 2 plays. They'll go for it on 4th down. unless there's a big loss here for some way.
Devin
some
Harding
reason.
comes back in. He lines up at the right wing spot. And it's a toss to Devin Harding. Finds a seam and gets in there for a good first down run. It's going to move the sticks. Panthers will have a 1st and 10 at their own 48. .7:30 to go in the game.
And you won't see that Holliston offense move too quickly. They want to let some of this clock run down here.
And stay in war. Look how tight they line up there. It's a keeper by Larch again. Finds the second level, but it's enough for a first down.
I'm not sure if you can see this through the camera the same way that we're seeing it up here, but Nick Larch is down so low. His helmet's down so low. It's down as low as the linemen's helmets. And that's tough to see because you can't, you get behind that big offensive line, and their first step is out and then up, and you can't see him. He's down nice and low. Does a nice job running this offense.
Yeah, then you have Pierce Alachi lining up at fullback.
I know.
The toss is to Cooper Olsen. He gets a good, the ball's on the ground. They are going to give the ball to Medfield. That's the first turnover of the game. Goes to the Warriors. And Medfield will set up at their own 33-yard line in the fourth quarter. 6:06 to go.
And they're back with that two-back offense again.
3 wide, 2 in the backfield. Oh. Almost had an interception on that play. Number 2, Rohith Ramanathan.
AKA Noodles.
That's right.
Saw him this summer in the Ashland League, and he was a good little ball player. He did some nice things on offense and defense.
Starting to see some new names on defense. Number 20 out there at cornerback, Matt Hunt. Kevin Sahajian is in there at linebacker. Nice tackle there by Ramanathan. Pulls him, and that should be a penalty.
Yeah,
I don't know why that's not flagged
up. That should
up.
be a penalty right
Can't
there.
just push him like that.
That's how things get started. Something small like that. The refs you gotta get right in there and don't allow that at all.
Ramanathan saves the first down.
Nice.
3rd and 2.
Nice tackle though.
Number 12, Nick Larchin on defense as well.
Well, held him again. For no gain.
Yeah, nice play on defense. Looked like number 29, Don Marino, getting in there with the tackle. Number 51, David Villa.
Sorry, Lois. Clock still running. 4:53, 4:52 left to go in this ball game.
Number 9, Andrew Raffo in on the defensive line. And we're going to see a punt from Medfield here with 4:42 to go in the game. It's a nice punt. Gets a great Medfield
Look at
bounce.
That. Stayed in bounds,
yeah,
too.
It's going to come out at around the 15, 16-yard line. And that's where the Holliston offense will set up.
4:31 left to go in this ball game.
And looks like Landon Beecher's coming in at quarterback for the Panthers as the second-team offense gets some run.
Yep. Saw Beecher, quite a bit of Beecher last year. He's got a pretty decent arm. Throw the ball fairly well. Nick Lodge getting some congratulations down on the bench. He's coming and done a nice job tonight running the War offense.
These coaches love these big margin wins, right? Because it gives them a chance to put in the second team and get some snaps and get some reps.
And they work just as hard, as the guys on the first team too. So, they're out there every day practicing. A lot of them are out there getting hit around by the first team.
17.
It's a handoff to number 15, Kevin Sahajian.
Second down.
Talked about Kevin a little bit earlier. He's a ball player. I mean, he's a really good little runner there, and he plays very tough defense.
Gets 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and 8.
We know that the offensive line had some quite a few seniors, but a lot of the skill position players this year very young, inexperienced, because they didn't have all last year, just that 5 or 6 game fall 2 season in the spring.
Handoff is to Sahajian again. He gets
He keeps going.
gets finally brought down for a loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Panthers.
Clock still running. 3:25 left to go.
Number 75, Jack Schelling's in on the offensive line for the Panthers, as well as 66, Jimmy Bardo. 75, Jack Schellings. Number 50, Jimmy Parmise. Lucas Bedingkoffen at wide receiver as well. It's 3rd and 11 for the Panthers here.
Nope.
Beecher keeps it, passes it, but gets knocked down in the process, and it's going to be incomplete for 4th down. .250 left to go in the game. Panthers are going to line up to punt.
Get Nick one more chance to limber up that big leg of his.
Yeah, Nick's not complaining about any more kicks here. He'll take all of them. Another nice high punt. Gets a good bounce out of bounds. Medfield will have good field possession. They'll line up at around the Panthers 40.
2:40 to go, 160 seconds left in this ball game. A game that really, from beginning to end, has been dominated by Holliston. And they look really good. They look good tonight. They look like a team that was obviously very well prepared coming in here, and the kids knew what they were supposed to do, and they carried out their assignments very well, and they were able to do a nice job out here tonight.
Quick pass by Hesapidis. It's to number 87, Nick Kangemi, who did score their only touchdown in this game. It's a touchdown reception from Hesapidis in the first quarter. Medfield comes out for 2nd and 6. Hesapidis drops back, lets it go. And it's incomplete. He was looking for number 7, Cole Cloney, senior captain. But good coverage by the Panthers.
Talked about Cloney earlier in the game, and he has he's a good receiver. I think, and you had mentioned, Carlos, I think he was listed as a quarterback too.
I think he's their backup quarterback, yeah.
Two minutes left in this game.
3rd and 6 for Medfield. Hesapidis passes, it's incomplete. Just great coverage by number 20. That's Matt Hunt.
I thought for a minute the way Matt broke really well on that ball, and I thought for a minute he was going to have a chance to cut in front of the receiver and intercept it. 4th down, obviously Medfield's going to go for it now with 1:52 left to go in the game.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 6 for the Warriors. Pasapides has running backs to his left and right in the backfield. Drops back for a pass. He's got number 28,
Oh.
but he can't haul it in. He was covered tightly by number 25, Eben
Yeah.
Salem.
That's too bad. He really had a good chance to take a ball in and score a touchdown for his team, but couldn't quite get there. And now Holliston will take over, and I'm sure at this point we'll
Probably a little victory formation.
probably see the victory formation. Well, we got a minute. Want to thank the lovely Lisa up here in the big camera tonight, and with those should have wore gloves. Lisa, it's getting a little cold out here tonight. And Christian Boudet on the computer, which allows you people to see the game.
I want to give a shout out to Liliana and Nathan as well.
Yep.
If you're watching this, you should be in bed.
Yeah. It's mommy's fault.
Yeah. And also the Stagecoach Dorset crew, if they're watching.
Well, they're not too happy tonight. Their Patriots got beat the other day by a far superior team.
Cowboys got out of that one with the skin of their teeth.
Yeah. Clock running, 1:20 left to go in the ball game, and also the 2nd down. Just take a knee here. I want to thank also everybody watching the game tonight, and glad you're able to join us.
You know you have a lot of options tonight.
Yep.
The Red Sox, Celtics, Bruins all playing.
But we know at least one of them is going to go out of here with a win tonight, and Holliston with a big win. Next week we're at home, and I believe that might be senior week. I think senior night. I mean, I'm not sure, but that's our last home game until whatever happens after that one. So.
Yeah. And just to recap the scoring before we sign off here, Devin Harding had an amazing game, probably the offensive player of the game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. Joey Gentile with a 2nd quarter touchdown reception. Kawhi Lima with a 3rd quarter touchdown reception, and then capping off the scoring, Nick Larch with a 33-yard touchdown run out of the war formation in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, 5 extra points by Nick Cotting.
Can't leave those out either. That's going to wrap it up from Calvin George Fisher Field. The Panthers come away with a 35-6 victory over Medfield. For Lisa, Christian, and Jay, this is Carlos Canto signing off. Thanks and good night, everyone.